जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोद यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुना यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोद यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा हरे कृष्णा Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. जयम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जयम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये। Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for today's Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. So we are reading from second canto, chapter 5 and text number 35. And then we'll also discuss text number 36 also today. Saha eva purushaha tasmat andam nirbhidya nirgatah sahasra uru angre bahu akshah sahasra anana Sirsvan Sa eva purushastasmad Sa eva purushastasmad Andam nirvidya nirgataha Andam nirvidya nirgataha Sahasror Angribhavakshah Sahasrorvangribhavakshah Sahasranana Shirshavan Sahasranana Shirshavan. Please recite. We'll also recite the next verse. Saeva purushastasmad Andam nirbhidya nirgataha
Sahasrorvangribhavakshah
Sahasrorvangribhavakshah
Sahasranana Shirshavan
Sahasranana Shirshavan. Saeva purushastasmad Andam nirbhidya nirgataha Sahasrorvangribhavakshah Sahasranana Shirshavan. Saeva purushastasmad Andam nirbhidya nirgataha Sahasrorvangribhavakshah Sahasranana Shirshavan. Word to word meaning, translation, purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Saha, He, the Lord, Eva, Himself, Purushaha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Tasmat, from within the universe, Andam, Hiranyagarbha, Nirbhidya, dividing, Nirgataha, came out, Sahasra, thousands, Uru, thighs, Angri, legs, Bahu, arms, Akshaha, eyes, Sahasra, thousands of, Anana, mouths, Sirshavan, with heads also. Translation: the Lord Mahavishnu, although lying in the casual ocean, came out of it and dividing himself as Hiranyagarbha, he entered into each universe and assumed the Virata Rupa with thousands of legs, arms, mouths, heads, etc. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The expansions of the planetary systems within each and every universe are situated in the different parts of the Virata Rupa, universal form of the Lord, and they are described as follows. We'll also read the 36th verse. Yasyeha vayavairlokan kal. Maybe I will read and I will read the translation also. Kalpayanti manishinaha katyadhibir adap sapta saptordhvam jaganadibihi. So translation goes like this. Great philosophers imagine that the complete planetary systems in the universe are displays of the different upper and lower limbs of the universal body of the Lord. Purport: the word kalpayanti or imagine is significant. The Virat universal form of the Absolute is an imagination of the speculative philosophers who are unable to adjust to the eternal two-handed form of Lord Sri Krishna. Although the universal form as imagined by the great philosophers is one of the features of the Lord, it is more or less imaginary. It is said that the 7 upper planetary systems are situated above the west of the universal form, whereas the lower planetary systems are situated below his waist. The idea impressed herein is that the Supreme Lord is conscious of every part of his body, and nowhere is the creation is there anything beyond his control. Nowhere in the creation is there anything beyond his control. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Kadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utappadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvise Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sate Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatar Vishtakripa Sindhabhya Vacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Grimya Kripatamaham Mande Shri Gurum Dintarinam Shri Paramananda Madam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikas Swamiti Namne Hare Krishna. So we are in the chapter The Causes of All Causes, 5th chapter, and yesterday we have heard very elaborate explanation of the verse by His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu, very nicely and very elaborately explained. Ananta Chinta Prabhu was saying almost the whole 15th chapter Prabhuji was reciting the verses and he was explaining. So I'll try to present today's verse, 35th and 36th verse, within my capacity, not without my capacity. Whatever the Lord and by the blessings of the Vaishnavas, I can speak. So, as we can see the previous verses, Brahma is actually started the description of the creation actually. So Narada Muni, he asks question to Brahma, who is actually beyond all this? Are you or someone else is there? It seems like someone else is there behind you because you are always doing austerity. And then then Lord Brahma, he starts to say that even I am not only this whole creation, but even I am his I am being created by him. And all the devatas, everyone is created by me. And then he start to describe the creation, how the Lord's energies are spread. It is said that for creation, Lord Swarupa Shakti acts first. Lord has many potencies, many Shaktis. We know that verse. What is that verse? Parasya Shaktir Vividaiva Suyate Swabhaviki Bhava Bhalak Kriyacha. So there are so many energies. So all these Shaktis of the Lord, they are applied in the creation actually. It's mentioned like that by the Acharyas. So mainly the Swarupa Shakti is there actually. So you can see in today's verse that the Lord Mahavishnu, although lying in the casual ocean, came out of it and divided himself as Hiranyagarbha. Who is Hiranyagarbha? Here? Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. He entered into each universe and assumed the Virata Rupa with thousands of legs, arms, mouths, heads, etc. So, Acharyas, they explain that the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, the Hiranyagarbha Vishnu, he, before entering the universe, he is expanded into Virata Rupa. Before entering there, so he expands as the universe within the, because before he entering, everything was completely dark. Just like a machine which works. If someone comes and switch it on, then it starts to work. Similarly, our universe was completely dark. There's nothing. Jai Shri Radha Madhav ki Jai, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki Jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So, Hiranyagarbha, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, he expands. He takes another expansion as Virata Purusha. And the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, the expansions of the planetary systems within each and every universe are situated in different parts of the Virata Rupa. So, we can see the description is given, that universal form description is given, that his upper the Visht, above the Visht are the heavenly planets, upper 7 planetary systems, and lower the Visht are lower planetary systems. Atala, Sutala, Vitala, Patala, Talatala, Patala, all these planets. And upper planetary systems are Bhur, Bhuva, Swarga, Jana, Tapa, Maharloka, Satyaloka. Satyaloka is Brahma's Loka. So all these are explained. And it is said that his head, above his head are heavenly planets, and his arms are, his eyes are sun and moon, and his arms are the different directions. All the Dikpalakas, they reside there. So all the universal form is so brilliant that it is so bright and dazzling that it spreads everywhere. He is spread everywhere. His arms are spread everywhere. His heads are spread everywhere. His eyes are spread everywhere. So he is everywhere actually. So that is universal form. So because without Lord, there is nothing existent in this creation. Without Lord's presence, even within our body, soul is there, but without Paramatma, how the soul will be guided? Just like we can see, there are so many living entities. Jalajana Valakshani Stavara Laksham Sutikrimayor Rudra Sankhya Gaha Pakshinam Dasa Lakshanam Trimsal Lakshani Pashavah Chatur Lakshani Man. So all these living entities, although they have soul, but Paramatma also should be there to guide them. Paramatma is the witnesser, Upadrishtaha and Hanumantaha. He is witnessing our activities, and he is also facilitating. He is giving what all we are requiring. So, the universal form is very nicely described in the Bhagavad Gita, the 11th chapter, from verse number 5 to 31. And Arjuna also he appreciates the universal form, but he was not satisfied. He was not satisfied by seeing he was actually very fearful by seeing the universal form, that Adbhut form. And then he requests Krishna to show his 200 form. Then later Krishna, he transforms himself to 400 form, and then later again as 200 form of Krishna. Then he was able to reciprocate. He was able to converse with the Lord. Otherwise he was just by seeing the universal form. So only Arjuna and the two personalities could see the universal form. Who were there, Prabhu? Sanjay, yes, he was describing the whole Mahabharata. He was disciple of Vyasadeva. He was given a special chakshu to see the whole Mahabharata. Although he was in Hastinapura, he could see what all is happening, what Krishna is doing, each and every soldier, what they are doing. He could describe everything to Dhritarashtra. So that's why the Bhagavad Gita starts Dharma Sanjayo, Dhritarashtra Vacha. So Dhritarashtra is inquiring to Sanjaya. Then the next verse, Sanjaya, he describes the Bhagavad Gita. So the next verse we can see, the great philosophers imagine that complete planetary systems in the universe are displays of different upper and lower limbs of the universal body. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, Kalpayanti. So imagination, there are so many philosophers, mundane philosophers or Vedic philosophers. So they describe the universal form in their own words. That I have researched some philosophers, so I will try to read out. Some philosophers are there who got some idea that behind this universe there is some supreme entity, a supreme person, or supreme energy, or supernatural power, or omega power, or some Superman is there behind this universe. So they got some idea. Otherwise, how this whole existence, whole planetary systems, how they came. It is not that the scientists, so-called speculative scientists, who are atheists, who say that they have so many theories, hundreds of theories. A famous theory is Big Bang theory, which is even within the educational system in India, and students, they are getting passed out by writing examinations, and like that we are actually getting educated in universities. But it is completely speculative theory. It's completely speculative. I was hearing Maharaj's lecture was saying the primordial soup, how it is getting cooked. Somebody have to cook. How it is getting cooked. There should be some person even. They say it's cooking. The primordial soup is cooking, and then the Big Bang happened, and then all the atoms, they combine, and then the whole planetary systems, everything came. The life started, and so much speculation you can see. So there are some mundane philosophers. They have authored some books. There's one philosopher, his name is Scope Harvard. The book name is The World as Will and Representation. So he writes there that the universal will that underlies all existence. So he says that the universal is a complete will. The world runs with somebody's will. He says this. And there's another philosopher, his name is Friedrich Nietzsche. He's a German philosopher. He also authored a book called The God uh, who is death, no? who died. So he's a complete speculative philosopher. So, Friedrich Nietzsche, his Friedrich Nietzsche, his name is, German philosopher. So he authored a book called Thus Spoke Zarathustra. This book was written in 1883. So he writes in that book that the Virata Purusha, universal form is like, he mentions, it's a German word, Ubermensch, in Superman. Some Superman is behind everything, something. And there's another philosopher, Henry Bergson. He writes, his book is The Two Sources of Morality and Religion. He writes as Ellen, the vital force behind this universe. There's some vital force behind this universe. Vital impulse that drives the evolution and the universe. And there's another philosopher, Piers Tichard de Chardin. He writes in his book, The Phenomenon of Man. He writes that the universal form is like a omega point, which represents the ultimate goal of evolution and the unity of all existence. Some more are coming up. There's another philosopher who says, Erwin Scotch Digner. He says that in his book known as What is Life, he says that universal form is like a unified field that underlines all existence and the source of all life. And David Bohm, his book known as Wholeness and the Implicate Orders, he writes that implicate order that underlies all existence and the source of all life. So you can see that there's so many speculative philosophers. They come up with their own ideas, and they got some idea. It's all kalpayanti, as Srila Prabhupada writes. This word is very significant in this verse. Kalpayanti manishinaha. Speculative philosophers who are unable to adjust to the 200 form of Lord Sri Krishna, although the universal form as imagined by the great philosophers. Even the Shankarites, even the Mayavadis, they have their own way of presenting the universal form. They say that because Lord is everywhere, so then he has no form. He has no individual form, personal form. So this is also a speculative understanding of the universal form. So we can see that the source of the universal form, what actually Lord has the universal form, but that is not the ultimate form of the Lord. That is not the real form of the Lord. The real form of the Lord is the 200 form of the Lord Krishna. As we can see in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, he was in wonder, he was in Adbhuta Rasa by seeing the universal form. And then, but later he was satiated actually, he was disturbed by seeing the universal form, because that is not the real form of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada also writes in his purports that universal form is material. Because universal form represents so many things. Universal form actually represents. It represents the trigunas. It represents the physical form of the universe actually. The head, all the planetary systems, and the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether. It represents all of this. And the Also it represents the trigunas, the qualities of the nature which govern the universe. And also the Virat, the universal form represents the example is given that a cosmic tree, with the cosmic tree, which has all the planetary systems. Even Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, giving an example of a banyan tree. And also, universal form is also depicted as a mandala, just like when we also depict Goloka Vrindavan as a mandala. So similarly, the universal form also is depicted as Sri Mandala. And also universal form is depicted in the temple architectures, sculptures in India and in South Asia, Asian countries. So it is very, complex. Actually, universal form itself is a very complex thing, and it's very infinite actually. So it's not so easy to understand. Arjuna was completely in a bewilderment by seeing the universal form of the Lord. So the actual form of the Lord is the 200 form, Shama Sundara Rupa. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada, he describes that how the 200 form or other forms also, Ramadi Murti Sukala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavataram Akarod Bhuvaneshu Kintu. So Lord has unlimited forms, but the universal form is material form. Just to uphold everything within the universe, Lord has to take this form. But actual form of the Lord is 200 form. It is said that the 7 upper planetary systems is situated above the waist of the universal form, whereas the lower planetary systems are situated below the waist. The idea impressed herein that the Supreme Lord is conscious of every part of his body, and nowhere in the creation is there anything beyond his control. So, within the universe, so only if the Lord enters, then everything runs. So nothing which is beyond his control. Everything is within his control. Everything is governed by him. Everything is in his mutti, we say. Everything is in his grip. So it is difficult to understand this, but it is also easier to understand by the Acharya's explanations. By the example, Srila Prabhupada gives one example that there is clay, there is water, and there is fire. So how this construction takes place? It's not that automatically the clay gets mixed with the water and then it forms to a brick, and then the brick suddenly it transforms into a house, and the house is painted nicely, and then everything is nicely arranged. So this is speculative understanding, but actual understanding is that there is some person behind it who took the clay, took the water, he made the clay brick, and then he heated it up, and then the brick, we got the brick, and then the brick is used by the mason to, the engineer is there behind the house, the construction, the mason, he constructs the house. And in this way there are so many designers who design the house. It should look like this, it should look like that. And we have to put this color, we have to put the cupboards here. Everything is designed. There are so many interior designers. There is also study behind that. So there is some person behind it. There is some living force behind it. There is some intelligence behind it. So how come this whole universe, which is without any intelligence behind it? So it is just a foolish understanding of the foolish scientists. who are actually foolish. So, but also there are some theist scientists who believe that there is some intelligence behind the cosmic creation. So, Lord is behind everything. Nothing is beyond His control. So maybe we will read from the Bhagavad Gita Universal Form Description. The 11th chapter, 5th sloka, starting from 5th sloka. Can you read, Prabhu? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Pashya me partha rupani Shatashota sahasrashaha Nana vidani divyani Nana varna kritini cha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, see how my opulence is hundreds of thousands of varied divine and multicolored forms. Next sloka. Pasyadityan vasun rudran Ashvino marutastata Bhuyantadrishta purvani Pasyacharyani bharata. Please read the translation.
O best of the Bharatas, see here the different manifestation of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard of before.
Next verse.
Ihekastham jagat krishnam
Ekastam jagat krishnam
pasadya sa characharam
Pasyadascha characharam
mama dehe gudakesha
Mama dehe gudakesha
yachanya drishtam ichhasi.
Yachandya drishyasi.
O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything, moving and non-moving, is here completely in one place.
Next.
न तु मां साक्ष्यसे द्रष्टुम्
न तु मां साक्ष्यसे द्रष्टुम्
अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा
ननेवैव चक्षुषा
दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः
दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः
पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्.
पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्.
But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence.
Next verse. Sanjaya uvacha evam uktva tato rajan mahayogeshwaro harihi drishyamashya parthaya paramam rupamaishwaram. Sanjaya said, O king, having spoken thus, the Supreme Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. Next verse.
अनेकवक्त्रनेत्रं Anekavaktranayanam
Anekavaktranayanam
Anekadbhutadarshanam
Anekadbhutadarshanam
Anekadivyabharanam
Anekadivyabharanam
Divyanekodyatayudham
Divyanekodyatayudam
Divyamalyambaradharam
Divyamalyabaradaram
Divyagandhanulepanam
Divyagandhanulepanam
Sarvascharyamayam Devam
Sarvascharyamayam Devam
Anantam Vishwatomukham.
Anantam Vishwatomukam.
Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, and all expanding.
Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yugapad Uttita Yadi Baha Sadrishi Sasyad Bhasastasya Mahatmanaha. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. Next one.
Atraikastam Jagat Krishnam
Tatraikastam Jagat Kritsnam
Pravibhaktam Anekadha
Prabhibhaktam Anekada
Apasyad Deva Devasya
Apasad Deva Devasya
Sharire Pandavastada.
Sarire Pandavastada.
At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansion of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands.
Next one.
Tata
Tata sa Vishmaya Vishto Srishtaro Madananjaya Pranmaya Sirasa Devam Kritanjali Rabasata.
Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha
Pashyami Devim Tava Deva Dehe
Pashyami Devam Stava Deva Dehe
Sarvam Tata Bhuta Vishesha Sangan
Sarvam Statabhusha Vitvitecha Sangha
Brahmanam Isham Kamalasana Stham
Brahmanamisha Kamalasanam Stam
Rishimcha Sarvam Uragamscha Divyan.
Rishimscha Sarvam Uragamscha Divyan.
Arjuna said, My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and divine serpents.
Anekabahudara-vaktranetram
Anekabahudara-vaktranetram
Pashyami tvam sarvatonantarupam
Pashyami tvam sarvatonantarupam
Nantam na madhyam na punastavadim
Nantam na madhyam na punastavadim
Pashyami Vishveshwara Vishwarupa.
Pashyami Vishveshwara Vishwarupa.
O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths and eyes, expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle and no beginning.
Next one.
Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrinam Cha
Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrinam Cha
Tejo Rashim Sarvato Deeptimantam
Tejo Rashim Sarvato Deeptimantam
Pashyami Tvam Durniriksham Samantad
Pashyami Tvam Durniriksham Samantad
Deeptanalarkadyutim Prameyam
Deeptananalkradutim Prameyam.
Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading in all sides like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs.
Tvamaksharam paramam veditavyam
Tvamasya vishvasya param nidanam
Tvamakshanishwasya param vidanam
Tvam avyavya swashvata dharma gopta
Tvamavyayat shashvata dharma gopta
Sanatanastvam purusho mato me.
Sanatanastvam purusho mato me.
You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible, and you are the oldest, and you are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion.
Next one. Anadimadhyanantaviryam Anantabahum Shasisuryanetram Pashyami Tvam Deeptahutasi Vaktram Tapantam Idam Tapantam.
Dvava prithvyoridam antaram hi
Dvapitror idam antaram hi
Vyaptam tyayeka dishasya sarva
Vyaptyam tayekena disasta sarva
Drishtvaadbhudam rupam ugram tavedam
Drishtvaadbhutam rupam ugram tavedam
Lokatrayam pravettam pahatmam.
Lokam trayam pravirtitam mahantam.
Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O Great One, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed.
Amihitvam sura sangha vishanti
केचिद् भीतः प्राञ्जलयो गणन्ति
Kechid bitah prajalayor grananti
स्वस्तीत्य उक्त्वा महर्षि सिद्धसङ्घा
Swasti tyutva maharshi siddha sangha
स्तुवन्ति त्वां स्तुतिभिः पुष्कलाभिः
Tuvanti tvam stutibhi pukshalabhi.
All the host of the demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfect beings crying, all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns.
Rudraditya vasavo ye sasadya
Rudraditya vasavo ye sasadya
Vishveshvino martaso kampashamsha
Vishveshvino marutasam pasascha
Gandharva yaksheshura siddha sanghe
Gandharva yakshasura siddha sangha
Vikshante tvam vishmitascha sarve.
Vishvante tvam vishvitachasya sarve.
All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sandhyas, the Vishwadevas, the two Asvis, the Marutas, the four fathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder.
Rupam Mahatte Bahuvakta बहुवक्त्र नेत्रम
रूपं महत्ते बहुवक्त्र नेत्रं
महाबाहो बहुबाहुरुपादम
महाबाहो बहुबाहुरुपादं
बहुदरम बहुदंष्ट्राकरालम
बहुदरं बहुदंष्ट्राकरालं
दृष्ट्वा लोकाः प्रव्यथितास्तथाहम्
दृष्ट्वा लोकाः प्रवितस्तास्तथाहम्.
O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form, with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and the bellies, and your many terrible teeth, and as they are disturbed, so am I. Nabhasprusham दीप्तमनेकवर्णं
नभस्पृशं दीप्तमनेकवर्णं
व्यात्ताननं दीप्तविशालनेत्रं
व्यात्ताननं दीप्तविशालनेत्रं
दृष्ट्वा हि त्वां प्रव्यथितान्तरात्मा
दृष्ट्वा हि त्वां प्रव्यथितान्तरात्मा
धृतिं न विन्दामि धृतिं न विन्दामि समं च विष्णो.
धृतिं न विन्दामि समं च विष्णु.
O all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouths and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind.
दंष्ट्राकरालानि च ते मुखानि
दंष्ट्राकरालानि च ते मुखानि
दृष्ट्वैव कलानलसन्निभानि
दृष्ट्वैव कालानलसन्निभानि
दिशो न जाने न लभे च शर्मा
दिशो न जाने न लभे च शर्मा
प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास
प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास.
O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions I am bewildered.
अमी च त्वं धृतराष्ट्रस्य पुत्र
सर्वे सहैवावनिपालसङ्गै
सर्वे सविह्वानि पालसङ्घै
भीष्मो द्रोणसुतपुत्र तथाशौ
भीष्मो द्रोणासुतपुत्रस्तथासौ
सहास्मदीयैरपयोधमुख्यै
समीदैरपि योधमुख्यै
वक्त्राणि ते त्वरमरमाना विशन्ति
वक्त्राणि ते त्वरणानि विशन्ति
वक्त्राणि ते त्वरमाना विशन्ति
वक्त्राणि ते त्वरमानि विशन्ति
दंष्ट्राकरालानि भयानकानि
दंष्ट्राकरालानि भयङ्करानि
केचिद् विलग्ना दशनान्तरेषु
केचित् विलग्ना दशनान्तरेषु
सन्दृश्यन्ते चूर्णिते उत्तमाङ्गै
सन्दृश्यन्ते चूर्णितैरुत्तमाङ्गे.
All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings, and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also, are rushing into your fearful mouths, and some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth.
यथा नदीनां बहवो अम्बुवेगः
यथा नदीनां भवमो भुवेगः
समुद्रमेवाभिमुखा द्रवन्ति
समुद्रमेवाभिमुखा द्रवन्ति
तथा तवामि नरलोकवीरा
तथा तवामि नरलोकवीरा
विशन्ति वक्त्राणि अभिविजाल्वन्ति
विशन्ति वक्त्राणि अभिविज्वलन्ति.
As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouths.
यथा प्रदीप्तं ज्वलनं पतङ्गा विशन्ति नाशाय समृद्धवेगा
तथैव नाशाय विशन्ति लोका
तथैव नाशानि विशन्त लोकास्
तवापि वक्त्राणि समृद्धवेगा.
तथापि वक्त्राणि समृद्धवेगा.
I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths, as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire.
लेलीयसे ग्रसमाना समन्ताल.
लेलिह्यसे ग्रसमाना समन्ताल.
लोकान् समग्रान् वदनैर्ज्वलब्धि.
लोकान् समग्रान् वदनैर्ज्वलब्धि.
तेजोभिरापूर्य जगत् समग्रम्.
तेजोभिरापूर्य जगत् समग्रम्.
भाषस्तवोग्राः प्रतपन्ति विष्णु.
वासस्त्वगोग्रा प्रतपन्ति विष्णु.
O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths, covering all the universe with your effulgence. You are manifest with terrible scorching rays.
आख्याहिके मो भवानुग्ररूपो.
आख्याहिके मो भव उग्ररूपो.
नमोऽस्तु ते देववर प्रसीद.
नमोऽस्तु ते देववर प्रसीद.
विज्ञातुमिच्छामि भवन्तमाद्यम्.
विज्ञातुमिच्छन्ति भवन्तमाद्यम्.
न हि प्रजानामि तव प्रवृत्तिम्.
न हि प्रजानामि तव प्रवृत्तिम्.
O Lord the Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is.
So, this is the description of the universal form. Any questions, comments? Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much for class. So Prabhu, here in the beginning we have seen that demigods actually. We have seen, so the demigods created by Lord Brahma or Lord Krishna?
Demigods.
Ah.
Okay.
So every living entity is came from Lord Vishnu. We have seen that Garbhodaksha Vishnu.
Okay.
So what about these demigods?
Demigods, as I have explained, that they are Adi Devatas who are in Vaikunta. They are eternal servants of the Lord, with the Shankha Chakra, same form of the Lord. They have the same rupa like the Lord. So when the Lord desires to create, he takes the forms as Purusha avatars. The first form as Karanodakshaya Vishnu. And then from Karanodakshaya Vishnu, he takes form as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So, and then within the universe again, he transforms himself into Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. So, I heard in the session given by Gokul Chandra Prabhu that he says that the Adi Devatas within the universe were created by Garbhodakshaya Vishnu within the universe. So they are actually the Shaktis of the Adi Devatas from Vaikunta Loka, who are devotees. So they give their Shakti to the Jivas within the universe to take the form as different Adi Devatas. And they are before Brahma coming from the navel of the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So when they come and when they pray the Purusha Suktam, then the Lord, he starts to create. So in every universe, there Adi Devatas are there. And the demigods which are created by Brahma, who is on the navel of the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, they are also Jivas. So there are three expansions of the demigods also. The Adi Devatas in the Vaikunta, they are eternal servants there. And they expand, they give their Shakti to Jivas within the universe. And they pray to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and then Brahma, he creates again the demigods for the maintenance of the universe.
So related to this So you have mentioned that Adi Devatas, they are in that Vishnu form only. They are like
In Vaikuntha,
Vishnu.
they are devotees.
So they
They are
are
Sarupya.
servants, or they are servants, or they are
They are servants.
so
They are eternal servants there.
okay. They serve the Lord there.
Yeah. Just like in Sri Vaishnavas, we can see they won't worship Ganesh first. They worship Vishwakshena. Vishwakshena is in Vaikuntha. He is similar like Ganesh only, but he is eternal servant of Vishnu. He is a commander and chief in Vaikuntha lokas. So like that, each and the Dikpalakas are there. Surya, Chandra, Vayu, they all there. They have eternal. They are eternal in Vaikuntha lokas. Their Shaktis are within the universes. Jivas they take as Adi Devatas. And then again Brahma he creates again set of Devatas again. So these Adi Devatas, they again, Prabhuji explains that they go back to the casual ocean, the Karanodakshai Vishnu. There are two explanations actually. Prabhuji said that when Maharaj, he mentions, he says that the Adi Devatas, they pray to Karanodakshai Vishnu only. And there is another explanation that Adi Devatas, they enter into each and every Brahmanda and they pray to Garbhodakshai Vishnu there. And also they pray to Kshirodakshai Vishnu also, the Purusha Sukta. So like that. So what I heard, I have told you, Prabhu. Any comments, Prabhuji?
His question was very simple. Demigods को किसने क्रिएट किया? सो आदि देवास का टॉपिक नहीं है इधर. सो दे आर क्रिएटेड बाय ब्रह्मा, राइट?
I gave the explanation. He asked in a different way, bro. He said demigods were created by.
So his question is very clear. Like demigods
No, I was just giving an explanation that who was the moola of the devatas actually. What I heard, I just.
like Indra is created by Brahma only, right?
Yes. Indra also has his eternal place in Vaikuntha also. And he also has as Adi Devata, he's there. So like that.
Indra is a position in the material world.
Yeah.
Definitely, if everything that is there in the material world may have some this is perverted reflection, so somebody may be there in the spiritual world.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. But the demigods in the material world are from Brahma. Brahma is the first living being in this material creation.
Yeah.
So whoever is there, after that they are.
Prabhuji explains that even before Brahma coming out of the navel of Mahavishnu, there is Hiranyagarbha Brahma even before coming within the universe.
What is Hiranyagarbha Brahma?
Prabhuji explains in third canto, there is in one of the purport Prabhupada writes there, that even before Brahma being created, Chaturmukhi Brahma, there is Hiranyagarbha Brahma, who is Adi Devata. There is a lot of complexity actually, difficult to understand. Even I could understand it after hearing 3-4 times that same lecture. So maybe I'll forward that lecture to you, bro. You can hear and 3-4 times I actually again and again I heard and I make notes. Then I could understand. Okay, they are Adi Devatas in Vaikuntha. They are eternal servants. And within each Brahmanda, Jiva is is empowered as Adi Devata, and again Brahma, Chaturmukhi Brahma, again he is creating Devatas.
These Adi Devatas are in the spiritual world only, right?
Adi Devatas are also, they are actually, Prabhuji explains that they are eternal servants. They are always there.
So, eternal servants, but
they are always
eternal
there.
Servants in the spiritual realm.
Yeah, they are always there, but their Shakti is given to the living entity, the Jivas within the universe, as Adi Devatas. He explains like this.
does he give this scriptural reference also for?
No. Prabhuji gives this reference from third canto, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. The third canto purports, it comes. We have to just, I didn't research much, I didn't have much time. Maybe I will go through it and I will see, I will send it to you, Prabhu. Sure.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I think he also referred to Brahma Samhita. In Brahma Samhita also it's mentioned. Of course, it is very complex to understand, but if we churn only, then we get the real thing. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Shiva is also demigod or God?
Kshiram yata dadivikara vishesa yogat. Shiva, sometimes he acts as a demigod, sometimes he acts as a devotee. Difficult to understand. Sometimes he preaches to prachetas, he gives them Vishnu mantra, and sometimes he is getting bewildered. So difficult to understand his position actually. So Prabhuji very simply he explains that sometimes he acts as a devotee and sometimes he acts as a demigod. I heard that lecture again. So Prabhuji was saying that Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj was discussing with Srila Prabhupada about Shiva's position. Who is actually Shiva? Whether he's sometimes he is acting as a devotee, sometimes he is acting as a demigod. Maybe there are two personalities. No, then Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj says, no. Only same person, but he is acting differently. But Prabhupada says that the two persons acting differently, as a devotee and as a demigod. And also Prabhu, in the same Golokachat seminar, Prabhuji explains that in Shiva's position, within the universe he has many places. Even the lower planetary systems, upper planetary systems also. And beyond, out the Brahma, out the universe also, Shiva has his place. And in the Vaikuntha Loka also, as Sada Shiva. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. And for Brahma, as a day, like he has also some lifespan, and after 100 Mahayugas, he will also take in birth from Vishnu, and like Indra, these also will like.
Yeah, Brahma again he starts the creation.
Okay. Again Indra, they will also ascend by that day.
Yeah, everything, when the annihilation happens, then everything again goes back to the Kala Shakti will again take back everything into Lord's body again.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Grandaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
rajarsi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara